Ask Reddit by Sharp and SoCal. What's an indicator that you're in a crappy and safe neighborhood? Check caching and pawn shops everywhere. Trifecta includes a liquor store. No available bathrooms at the gas stations. Or they hand you the key to the bathroom and it's chained to a cinder block. Boarded up homes. Probably the best indicator. Especially if it seems it was boarded up or abandoned for a while. If it were a nice neighborhood, then someone would have bought it and fixed it up, or torn it down to build something new, because the value lies in the location. Also, in nice enough neighborhoods, if something is vacant they don't even board it up. Bars on the windows of convenience stores. I'll do you one better: bars on the windows of houses. Edit. I was thinking of Nick, the Bronx, but I didn't realize other places do this too. No women jogging or walking dogs. Rich neighborhoods, women walking in the middle of the day, usually with babies or dogs. Poor neighborhoods, men walking in middle of the day, usually in public parks. I found out I lived in a bad neighborhood once when I was told pizza places didn't deliver to our house. Reminds me of a house I lived in where we had one pizza delivery driver who would take the risk. One time we called to order pizza and were told that he'd been shot, couldn't make the delivery that day but to check back in a couple weeks after he recovers. You look at the windows and think, wow, the plywood salesman must make a killing around here. You know damn well that plywood was stolen. If it's the middle of the afternoon on a weekday and there's grown men outside everywhere not at work. The most hood place I've lived had grown men sitting around in lawn chairs on the street corners playing cards during normal work hours. The second most hood place I've lived had grown men who rode child-sized bikes around during normal work hours, and a crazy guy who would try to direct traffic by standing in the middle of an intersection with his katana, wearing only a robe. When it gets dark, it seems people come out of nowhere. I will never enter a place without first driving by it at 11 at night. Former Amazon driver, being told by an old woman I need to be out of the area before dark or I will be robbed by someone. I stayed in a hotel in downtown LA. They told me not to leave building after 5 p.m. I left the building after 5 p.m. That was very stupid of me to do. I was okay, but was definitely at risk. Downtown LA is dangerous. Judging by my old neighborhood, prostitutes on the street corners and addicts nodding out on the front lawn. One time I ordered food in my old neighborhood. It was October. The delivery guy, when I opened the door, said, "Man, I love your Halloween decoration. It looks so real." I was like, "We didn't decorate for Halloween. What are you talking about?" And this kid goes, "The dead body under the bush." Guy points to the edge of the porch. I look this poor kid in the face and go, "That's not ours." Walk over and there's a junkie face planted in the dirt dying in our yard. Even when the paramedics and police arrived they thought he was dead. Also had a homeless junkie sleeping under my porch once. Finding empty tiny Ziploc bags, or tiny newspaper squares lying on the floor. What's the newspaper squares indicate? Roaming packs of feral dogs. Packs of stray dogs that control most of the major cities in America, shake and bake. I can afford to live there. Armed security in a grocery store. A lot of litter on the streets. A small section of blinds missing in windows. A small section of the blinds missing could also mean cats. That's why I have a cat-sized hole missing out of my blinds. Beat up cars, beat up houses, and one random pristine Lamborghini just sitting in a driveway looking out of place. Don't forget about the fridge out front. If there's a baby standing on a street corner at 1 in the morning. Baby said, "I got kids to feed." When you frequently play the fireworks or gunshots game after dark. Hearing yelling from the homeless camps in your living room. Hearing gunshots on the regular. I think having homeless camps in your living room is a pretty strong indicator on its own, no matter how quiet they are. Buzz on the windows of the wig shops. Real. Human. Hair. Gunshots and missing catalytic converters. Okay, but they're heading into the good neighborhoods for the converters now. When you see a grown man riding a bike meant for a kid. I was driving through a part of suburban Cleveland a couple weeks ago and said to my friend, this is a pretty nice area. Then we crested a hill and saw those flags outside of gas stations that say check cashing. And he said, oh, you ate your word on that one fast as hell. I used to work in Cleveland, and almost every neighborhood scared the hell out of me. Pizza places refuse to deliver there. And taxis refuse. All eyes on you as you walk down the street. People just itching for you to make eye contact so they can start a ruckus. You gotta use your eyes the right way, actually. At least in my neighborhoods, not making any eye contact is as big of a problem as making too much eye contact. You have to catch the eyes, do a little nod, and go about your business. Don't make any facial expression, just enough to make sure you each are aware of the other person, and minding your own shit. It helps to know where you stand and be confident in yourself, because that really brief eye contact can also advise them if it comes down to a fight. You'll do your best to bite their jugular out if you have to. It's all fun and games until someone has a crushed windpipe.